Welcome back to the Think Strong pod.
Hello.
It's coming home. It's coming home. It's coming home. Welcome to this World Cup episode. Very excited to be able to deliver this to you in England shirts.
It looks like I'm wearing a flag.
Yeah, we need to do a bit of a deep dive for the audio only listeners as to what the aesthetic is. I've got the 96 England shirt away kit on. Definitely the fakest thing you could ever imagine. And you've got the world's biggest England badge on.
Yeah. Nike white shirt with the Three Lions badge. It's a beautiful piece of
A parallel.
artistry. Yeah.
Yeah, tapestry, I'd say.
Tapestry.
Yeah, nice.
Although
it's
only
be...
one star above it at the minute, soon to be two.
Yeah, well, let's see. The road ahead lies turbulent.
If the leader of FIFA can take his you-know-what out of Messi, we'll see.
We'll see what's written in the script of the World Cup 2026 as it unfolds. But that being said, last game against Mexico, I think they did everything they possibly could, right, to try and keep us at bay. But we had some large skulls being thrown at some of those crosses in the last few minutes, and I think that
Big Dan Burn.
made a difference.
Legend.
How good. So yeah, we're going to talk about the World Cup in general and how it relates to S&C and kind of where it stands with football in general in the year of 2026. But any closing thoughts on England's game that's coming up this Sunday at 5 a.m. for us here?
Yeah, 5 a.m. I just want to find somewhere to watch it at that time.
Yeah.
It's going to be difficult. I'm in Singapore, you're here.
Yeah.
Will you be heading to the Y Bar?
Yeah, I'll be cashing in on my residency, which I've established there.
Yeah, I'm not sure, to be honest. The team, we've got a few players on yellows that could be suspended for the semi.
Yeah.
But obviously you're not going to go into the game. Don't know. See what Tuchel comes up with. He's pretty shrewd with his decision making.
I mean, it's been good so far.
Yeah. Reece James is back.
Yeah.
You see there, like, he had a clash of heads 2 games ago, and then they were like, "Oh, he's got like a bit of a hamstring injury," but people reckoning they were covering up concussion.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah, because he didn't come off.
Yeah.
And the protocol's like, can't remember how many days it is now.
It's probably 10 days,
like
no
enough,
exercise whatsoever, and then like a few
for the
weeks.
2 games to be missed.
Yeah.
And like we need a right back now because, well, it depends if King Charles can put a word into FIFA and get.
I'm not sure he's got the
red
same
card.
pull as old DJ.
Yeah, not sure.
was,
That's like one of the biggest talking points, isn't it, at the minute?
and the result after the actual game.
Oh, it's so good. Absolutely thumped. I was listening to him in an interview. He just knows nothing about anything.
Yeah,
so funny.
He's our best player.
And Balogun went up to the coach and was like, to the Belgian coach, and he's like, "I'm really sorry about this. Like, there's nothing to do with me."
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Just like fair. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, saving face. Oh, it's funny. There's been a lot of twists and turns, but that's what makes it good, I think. But yeah, just England's.
I saw the thing about Trump, when they're trying to like change the birthright citizenship.
Right.
So like if you're,
I haven't heard this.
So like if you're not from, I might get this wrong, but if you're not, if your parents are not from America,
yeah,
but they're there and you are born in America, like you get an American passport. Or you get American citizenship.
Yeah.
Like if you're born in the country. And he was like trying to change that. But then he's got a red card overturned for somebody who's in exactly that situation.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, he's the best player." It's like, oh, fucking hell. And then people were like up in arms about it. It's so funny, like reading stuff online.
The benefit he's got is that most American citizens don't have a fucking clue about football, so it would probably get swept under the rug and won't affect anything in terms of his political
Some
campaign.
of the World Cup stories are so good.
Yeah.
It was like some woman from I don't know where she was from, like Dallas, or it's like Dallas woman flies back to Scotland after falling in love with some Scottish supporter.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so good.
Yeah, so it's just a case of England getting revenge for Lindisfarne against Norway, the first monastery to get raided by them, and then if we get through to the semis against Argentina, it's another case of revenge for the hand of God.
Yeah, can we do it?
So we'll see how that goes. But getting into the World Cup and the practicality of it for the players as athletes, obviously with it being so spread out between Canada, the States, and Central America, or Mexico really, because I don't think it's going into any other countries, the distances are huge, right?
Yeah.
To travel, like probably the biggest in history of the World Cup. It's probably always been centered in a more local spot.
Yeah.
Off the top of my head, it must be. I'm not sure, to be honest, but with the travel comes obviously a decent amount of fatigue, and not only that, the amount of matches they're actually playing as well. It does seem to vary, but
yeah, the Argentinians were complaining about the turnaround time from their round of 32 to 16, I think.
Yeah, sometimes
Pretty
it's
sure.
4 or 5 days.
Yeah.
Other times it's 10, 12. So varies quite a lot. Obviously, it has to accommodate the travel, but that's another thing which people are kind of complaining against. And then with varying locations, you've got the environmental factors of said locations. Like in the most recent glorious victory in the Azteca, everyone's talking about the altitude, right? Even if some people did confuse it with attitude.
Oh, Liam.
Was that real, do you think?
I don't know. He's probably just winding me up.
But yeah, it's 2,240 meters above sea level. So they say that's between 20 and 25% lower oxygen availability.
Yeah. I mean, it's the argument is like it's the same for both teams. Like all the other players play in Europe.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
It's like fucking makes no difference.
Yeah, and they're not playing in the Azteca like that often enough to really create. Like,
the only difference it makes is post.
Yeah, recovery.
Like the recovery from that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. They were trying to take. Well, you say they were trying. You would assume that they would probably take some precautions way before that anyway, to perhaps get used to playing and training at a bit more altitude. But like I said, it is the same for everyone, and to assume that just because they're Mexican, that they've got this significantly higher adaptation to training at altitude, when it's not every place in Mexico is at that same level of sea level.
Just so many things from that game are so funny. I don't know if you've seen the clip of the manager. Everyone's saying how nuts he is, the Mexican manager.
Yeah.
And he's like, Gordon, fuck you.
Is it?
Then he's just like laughing his head off. And there's like caught it on camera.
Yeah.
And then Gordon's just like laughing as he moves away.
I think
Gordon's like fluent in Spanish.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he just signed for Barcelona.
Yeah.
And he did his whole interview in Spanish.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. I know Bellingham. I saw Bellingham talking Spanish to the players and stuff during the game, and then in the interviews as well.
Yeah. But yeah, so good, honestly. Like it's just hilarious.
Yeah. So some of the things that they were saying that were going to be impacted by the altitude were like repeated sprints and ability to exert in basically any kind of high exertion, I suppose, was going to be somewhat depleted later on into the game. VO2 max, oxygen availability, various different things, but to be honest, I don't think there was really much evidence of that coming across. I think maybe Kane later in the game, perhaps that was why he subbed off. Maybe he was slightly more fatigued, slower, but that could just be from the accumulation of games and the intensity of the game as well. It's fucking mental, realistically, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, like the running he was doing after went down to 10 men as well, so needed some fresh legs.
Yeah, that's right. you've got heat and humidity as well, and that leads to the question of hydration breaks and if they're legitimate or if they're just there for American advertising.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like-
I don't know. I guess it is needed for performance at that level as well. That's probably one game where they were like legit.
Yeah,
But like seeing like 11 minutes of added time is it's just not football.
yeah,
So
yeah. That's not good for the mental health either. When we were in that situation, we just needed to close out the game, and there's 11 minutes, and it went for 12 as well.
it's like, oh, they're bringing another striker on.
Yeah. But I was talking to Julian, my Argentinian friend, and he was saying about how long they've been playing in humid environments with no hydration breaks. And I thought that was a very good point. Brazil, Argentina, Chile, all of these places which are like, very similar climate to that of to Mexico, even south of the States. Like, it's really never been an issue before, but all of a sudden
I guess
an
it's
issue
just a
this week.
World Cup thing, right? For the countries that
Maybe aren't acclimatized to
aren't,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Can't imagine the Norwegians having a hydration break very often.
No, that's it. Yeah. Although old Tuchel seems to be using it to his advantage, because after every hydration break in the last 2 games, the tactics seem to have somewhat shifted as well, haven't they? So it's a good little bit of input, I think. When it comes to reality of training, performing in heat and humidity, various different things that kind of have to be considered. Overall body temperature, obviously, but if you get too hot, your body will simply stop functioning, something that we've probably both experienced a decent amount of here, and keeping that at bay. Then obviously liquids that you're losing, you're going to have to be replacing those with electrolytes, with fluids as well, and trying to keep somewhat close to like a natural ratio, which can be difficult as well. You can become more depleted through your glycogen stores, so you're having to take on more carbohydrates to accommodate that, and then you're kind of your neural fatigue as well is slowly dropping off. So there is a host of things which do need to be considered if you are training, performing in that environment. But I can't imagine it was all that similar when they were playing their games in Canada, can you?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just that stuff all comes into play. But I think the biggest thing with all of those factors is like how it can affect your concentration. So like if you look at like as you go through the levels of football, the higher up the leagues you get, so to speak, as a player, like the less mistakes people make. It's just their ability to like concentrate under a very high performing state. So like if you look at the England game and all of these factors are taken into account, like hydration, the altitude causing like more fatigue than normal, like to be able to like mentally focus on doing your job properly for that long is like shows that it didn't really affect them that much, because there was so many opportunities someone could have switched off.
Yeah.
Like a header, poor positioning, tackle. But I remember like having a talk with, I think the guy's name was Dave Bentley, not David Bentley, Bentley, played for Gillingham. He was actually a very, very decent footballer. And someone asked him, I don't know why I remember this so clearly. Somebody asked him like, what do you think the difference is like from like through the levels? And he was saying that exactly. He was just like, the higher you get, the less mistakes people make, because they're not just playing, they're like actively concentrating, but they have the ability to do that at a really high output when they're playing.
Yeah.
Now I think that's kind of what separates those top players.
Yeah.
Like none of them, all of them were like just fucking switched on for the whole game. And like how many times have we seen England throw away stuff?
Yeah.
Late on in games. And even like if you look at, was it Sturridge that scored that last minute winner against Wales in the Euros?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like even there, do you know what I mean? Like a lack of concentration, and he just like, he was concentrating and just gets in and scores.
Yeah. No, very similar across from rugby and playing with or seeing like much better players play in the same setups and stuff as I have done, and yeah, it comes down to basics done well, right, and that sets the foundation for so much, and then you can capitalize off that and take opportunities and do stuff like say late in the game when people are fucked and their opportunities arise.
And it really is that, like, doing the basics and not switching off, like, yeah, so important. Which is like the same in fitness, right?
Yeah. Do
you know what I mean? It's like you won't get better at doing wall balls if you fucking start not hitting depth halfway through your set.
You can't start trying to put finesse on your on your wall ball, trying to hit it top bins.
Do you know what I mean though? Like, you see that a lot. Like, somebody asked me the other day, they said, that guy does like 3 really good reps, then he just does 7 bad ones.
Yeah.
I'm like, yes, because he's just not concentrating on what he's doing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And so yeah, it's funny how it like goes across everything.
What do you think the difference is this year in that with as a team, England we've been able to keep things held together for longer rather than kind of just that classic like sitting back on our heels and just moving the ball around and waiting for almost a kick up the arse moment to have to do anything. Because
just think we're more balanced as a team. Really, they kind of know where their strengths are.
Do you think they've been given the rights to play a little bit more? Like they've been encouraged to get on the front foot and
we definitely have a forward thinking like
Declan Rice's run, for example, in that previous game. Like that kind of embodies it a little bit more. When have you seen anyone do that and like drive the ball up the pitch that long? It's
nice to see the fucking sideways and backwards. It's not really happening that much. Only when it's needed.
Yeah.
I see how fucking Haaland turns up on Sunday morning for us.
Yeah, someone needs the 1066 him.
Yeah.
So moving on to a little bit
Roy
more.
Keane to tackle him in the tunnel.
Yeah, something like that. Or get him to jump over a barrier and snap his arm.
Oh, mate, that's so bad.
I don't know when it's actually said if it's definitely an arm break yet.
Wrist fracture.
Oh, is it? Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
Fuck. It's horrendous.
Which like he got stretchered off for. Found it a bit.
Yeah. That's classic though.
Must have been quite bad.
Yeah. Moving on to a little bit about kind of recovery as a whole in the world of football. There's so much more that goes into it now. The world of S&C is definitely getting better in football, in top flight football. And we've said before, I think, on the pod about how it trickles down, and it's difficult, I think, for it to trickle down in a sport where there's such a divide between, say, professional and semi-professional. Not only that, the people that are in the slightly lower levels are people that have been involved with the sport in a different generation, and they've got the confirmation bias of how things worked when they were doing it. So taking on new ideas when for some people that's like just a given that a 5K is like the best training tool you could possibly have for your football athlete. There's probably more to be had in the lower levels more. Maybe.
I think in the lower levels you'll see that highlighted more, the confirmation bias. There'll be like a manager that's done the bleep test every first day back in training, and it's like your athletes are now bollocks for the rest of the week because like they've done nothing over the summer. That's where S&C's changed a lot, right? Well, I was listening to James Milner. He just retired, played to 4 years old at the highest level, and he was talking about like for a young athlete when they're like looking at recovery, he's like just try everything, and then just whatever works for you, just stick with that. And he's like find some consistency with it. And he was talking about like all the stuff that he's tried, ice baths, like BFR, like whatever it is, and he was just like, just try whatever you can, make your own decision off that. Do you know what I mean? It's like just because someone else has said it's good doesn't mean it's going to work for you. Like I had to do ice baths after every training and game, even in the winter in England. Like that was just what the coach said, and you would get fined if you didn't do it. Never made me feel any better.
No.
Ever. Just made me feel fucking cold and horrendous.
Yeah, it doesn't help that the shower that you're then getting into is not even hot.
Not even that hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, like stuff like that. It's just like now when everyone's like, oh yeah, ice baths. I'm just like,
You don't know what I've been through.
you don't know what I've been through.
It's reactivating my trauma.
I just give one to, I should go on fucking Diary of a CEO. That'd be good. I saw a video the other day. It's like when you do spider curls, but you have arachnophobia. The guy was just like, oh, and then dropped his dumbbells. Oh, so good.
Yeah, maybe it's another Bush Tucker trial opportunity. Is just your ability for ice baths when it really counts.
Yeah, I do one ice bath a year, and that's when I'm with Jack.
Yeah.
Annual.
You feel faint for 48 hours afterwards as well. Get 5 stars for camp. But some of the things that are in the professional world of recovery, more so relating to like load management and things now. Obviously they're using GPS to track so much. Overall, like obviously kilometers run in training, in matches, the amount of accelerations they've had, the way that like their heart rate's returning back to a resting or more stable state.
It's good.
Between efforts.
I used to wear one of the vests when I played. So like when I was training for the London Marathon, to see what mileage I did in the game. It's actually quite funny, the data that's come out on Messi, like last week. I don't know if you saw it.
No, I haven't seen it.
He covers like 6 kilometers a game, which is so low.
Yeah.
And 60% of it is walking.
Yeah.
And they've been chatting about it like a lot. It's just so funny. Like the average midfielder will cover like 12 to 14 kilometers a game. And then they were talking about like how they have to mold the team with runners around him or people that can cover distance. But yeah, the data is really good on them. I still have it at home. It tracks like or the different intensities of your efforts. So like every run, every sprint, whatever it might be, it'll give you like a heat map. And it'll show you all the data. It's actually really good.
Yeah, that's I think having all that stuff is like unreal, and then the understanding of how to take the next step from it is like the biggest thing. And obviously that's probably what the top teams have got, and what the slightly lower teams maybe in non-league and semi-professional world are probably lacking, because they might have the monitors and stuff, but whether they have the knowledge, the way to manipulate training around it is potentially what makes the difference, because there's so many knock-on effects, right? But if you're being really smart, you can adjust your training volume. If you've had a game which has been exceptionally hard or high exertion for all of the players, knock some Ks out of the legs to be able to come back into the next one.
Yeah, I wonder like what they would, or what an equation somebody has come up with there to like see like what they would think like your maximum volume should be over a week, or say for like when I was 17 going into my 18th year of age playing, I played like 67 games in one season, which is like ridiculous.
It's mental.
But at that age you can deal with the tolerance.
Yeah.
But like how would they equate that? Would they do 90 minutes every single game of the season? Because that's what some people do get in. And then every club trains differently, right? Like some train in the morning, some train in the afternoon, some will train for 2 hours, 3, 4. So it's like, I bet each club has a slightly different take on it. And that's probably why you see some teams have like more recurring injuries than others.
Yeah.
I think it was Arsenal had loads of injuries maybe last year or year before, and they got rid of their like club doctor or whatever it was.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's interesting. I think each club would have a slightly different, because you always see it like when people go on in the international duty, and then the club's like, nah, the person's injured, they're coming back to the club to do the physio work. They don't often leave them with the like with the country,
Yeah.
because they have a different medical protocol.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're going to be optimizing everything for the tournament as opposed to optimizing for the rest of the year, right? And then once they're done with them, they're not really too worried for the next year or so, are they? But the club's responsibility is to keep them firing for as long as possible.
Yeah.
They've invested a lot of money into them, haven't they? They need to almost do a meta-analysis of every single body part and every single collision or every single acceleration and compare that to people's strength levels, and it's almost just an infinite amount of factors to pile into that equation. It's almost impossible to actually get it accurate, really, to be able to say you've done this amount of you've had this amount of game time, you need to reduce by this much. It might be too much to take into account, which kind of leads nicely on to the next thing, and probably what we both agree on, that football is lacking the most in the world of S&C, even at the top. What would you say that is?
What is it lacking the most?
Yeah. Before I say what I think we'll both agree on.
Probably just basic strength training.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Yeah.
Just the ability to increase muscular strength and how much of a carryover that has to so many different things, injury prevention, and actually being powerful as well. I spoke about it in the last pod, but speed times strength equals power, and every footballer wants to be powerful, but there's not many people that are feeding the right parts into that equation to get the outcome.
Be interesting to see, like, I think it was Gordon that said he doesn't do any gym work at all.
Oh, really?
And there's obviously going to be like anomalies, is that what you would say? There's going to be some, right, that don't do much gym work, but everyone used to be like, oh yeah, Messi doesn't do gym, but I've seen him fucking pumping. Saw him doing an isometric bicep curl the other day, so he's holding one dumbbell on so funny in his Argentinian kit. But Gordon was saying that he's in that old mindset of, it might not be true, but it was like, oh, the gym will slow him down, because obviously speed's like one of his, and like if you have raw speed, like doing some strength work will probably help you. You've only got to look at an Olympic sprinter, and he's talking about his agility more than anything as well, I think. But it's coming from one person. Do you know what I mean? There'll always be like one. You look at loads of other players, how they've enhanced their career just through basic strength training.
Yeah, and I think he's got that, again, he's got that confirmation bias, hasn't he? Just doesn't want to change anything because it's working, and at the same time it is working. But like from an experience standpoint of knowing what we know now, we know probably would help him, but there's a lot of factors to consider when you're trying to deal with like an athlete that's worth millions and millions of pounds. It's like they have a lot of autonomy as well about how they've done things in the past and how they don't want to do certain things.
I can't imagine like him going to Barcelona, like they're going to allow that. Do you know what I mean? There will be a point in his career where he's like, okay, I should probably start fucking looking after my bones.
That's the thing. Hard one to kind of pick out from the sidelines because you only see so much, right? But you would hope that a club like Barcelona is going to be doing their utmost to keep people covered across all of the different kind of metrics that we know could potentially help. But the way kind of training, preparation and overall athleticism has changed from footballers from kind of back in the day to now has kind of lent into that overall athleticism a little bit more, like acceleration, repeated sprint ability, and not just these long endurance pieces which seem somewhat specific but reality are probably not, because you're getting so much of that work in anyway. The bits that kind of will have a more meaningful effect on training seem to be the explosive contractions, maybe even plyometrics, bit of strength work, ability to change direction, and just overall ability to exert power.
I think if you're if you are a coach or if you play football and you're a wide player or a winger, somebody that's really good to watch their gym stuff is Anthony Elanga. I think his coach is Tom Joyce. He's actually good coach, like really good S&C, plyometrics, loads of like force absorption stuff. But he does like basic strength training, box squats with like chains. He does trap bar deadlifts, like, but it's actually really good. And then trying to think who else. There's another guy called James Ralph, who's a coach, and he coaches quite a lot of some players that used to play for England as well, like Ruben Loftus-Cheek, plays for the AC Milan, and has coached a lot of people. And they're the kind of like players go to them outside for their S&C rather than like at the club, and they've all had really good results from it. Two people to look at.
Yeah, interesting that people feel the need to do that, right? Wonder if there's a mental side of like, one, being in the off season, two, like making the effort to do that thing so you buy into it even more. I don't know, maybe that's
maybe. Or the S&C, like you said, it's getting better, but it's still not where it should be.
The other thing that I've experienced in dealing with the team is that the S&C staff might be like 2 or 3 people, maybe slightly more in a professional football environment, but it's still not one-to-one, is it? Although there might be kind of personal adjustments accounted for. Maybe people want that one-to-one coaching. So yeah, just to kind of wrap up, there's lots of considerations across the season that players have to deal with, the demands of like the modern game, and obviously the approach can be so different now as a result of all of the knowledge that we have, and at the same time it does still come back to a lot of the basics, but not being so die hard on the kind of confirmation of what people did 10-20 years ago, and being open to understanding the nuances of the new kind of sports science world. I think
like the biggest thing with football as well is like, if you're shit, none of it really matters.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if your team is like super talented, fucking none of that shit really matters, because you're going to beat the other team anyway.
Yeah, that's
just through sheer talent.
Yeah.
It's just like the blend of like what you can take with you.
We had a very similar experience playing rugby in Spain, and we were kind of having like a bit of a crisis meeting at the end of the season, because it was not a good season, right? And there were boys just pointing the finger and stuff at the S&C, and we were like, S&C has not made you like miss all of your tackles in the first half of the game or whatever. And we were just thinking like, what is going on? But yeah, at the end of the day, that's the lowest hanging fruit, right? Get better at your sport.
Yeah.
And then you go from there. I think that's a good place to wrap it up. Maybe one more question. What do you think CrossFit athletes could learn from football and football's S&C? Is there anything?
CrossFit athletes.
CrossFit or functional fitness, High Rocks, whatever. Two very different worlds.
Yeah. Probably not much, to be honest.
I would say you're right. There's not a great deal. Maybe kind of that overall readiness and getting to grips with understanding your body. I think something that footballs would have to do is have a very good relationship with how they're feeling.
One thing actually would be preparation.
Yeah.
It's like the amount of preparation you need to do to get ready.
Yeah.
Like, and how you prepare. Do you know what I mean? Like, people that do CrossFit, they don't really prepare themselves for their session sometimes. They just go through the motions, and then they're like, oh, didn't feel very good today.
Yeah.
It's like, well, did you do your warm-up with like good intent? Do you know, like if you think back to like when you played rugby, the effort that you put into the preparation was like, even if it wasn't what we know now, the best preparation in the world, I know mine would always be the same every Saturday, 3:00 kickoff.
Yeah.
I would get up, watch Match of the Day from the night before with my dad. Yeah, have my breakfast at the same time because I felt that I couldn't eat close to kickoff.
Yeah.
Obviously, like now, that would be very different. Always have to empty drop the kids off. So I felt lighter going into it.
Yeah.
Then I'd have like one orange Lucasade from when I got to the change room to like start of the warm up, and then finished it during. Have like X amount of my water from my water bottle, and then be ready to start, do the same pre-warm up stretching stuff that I needed to do before the warm up. Same like things that I wanted to work on, some like timing with the headers. You know, even like you could take the timing of the header being like you practicing your kip swing before you go into the workout and do any kipping movement, or like the preparation is like so important.
Yeah, I think
that'd probably be the biggest thing for me.
Well, I've been kind of taking a quite an in-depth approach of people's prep for qualifiers and for competitions recently, and people are sometimes surprised at like the level of detail that we have to, well, not have to, but like is ideal to go into. We've got like movement specifics, just like addressing like main prime moving joints and stuff, and then going into like an actual dedicated aerobic warm-up where you're working for like 8 to 10 minutes and you're like purposely spiking the heart rate and coming back down, so you're gradually getting to the heart rate zone that you want to be in. Then you might be building weight on the bar, then you might go into a primer, and then finally you're going into the workout. It is a lot, but you do that like 4 times over throughout the day of competing, whatever. You're going to go into that workout so much better. I've spoken before about how important that aerobic prep is specifically, and that's just not something people want to do on like the 3rd, 4th workout of the day, where, you know, they're tired, they're struggling, they just want to get it over and done with. The people that are willing to sit on the row or the bike or whatever for that amount of time just dwindles, and you will notice a difference if you go in and get kind of hit like a bus, or hit by a bus, like in your first kind of meeting with intensity in that workout.
Yeah, which will be a lot earlier.
Yeah. Right, good place to wrap it up. Any further comments, or is it just coming?
Come on, England!
Hope you enjoyed the World Cup episode. Please continue with your unwavering support. Speak to you soon.